Welcome to 360 Car Reviews, where you get to see what the entire interior of the car looks like. 360. Here's a quick look at the key. Pretty big. You can see that compared to the size of the phone. This is an iPhone 12 Pro. Don't need that. It's keyless entry. Don't need to stick in the slot, so that's awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. There's Apple CarPlay. Not sure if it's wireless or not. I do want to show how much space is available if you're trying to work. Trying to focus this on a review for business travelers. So we're going to prioritize a couple of things. Mainly functionality for a traveler. So first off, not a lot of storage for the phone, and I just want to show the laptop. This is as far back as my seat goes. You can see that it's not super conducive. Push this wheel in all the way. You can see that's about as far in as the wheel will go. Alright, so you can see with the wheel being in as far as it is, I can open up the laptop to about here, and I would be super cramped trying to type on it. I'm about a little bit under 6 feet, so let's say 5'11". So yeah, pretty cramped typing on it. If I want to move it forward a little bit, then my screen is, I can't really see it. So not really great for working on the laptop. Let's pop this back in here. And let's get driving. And you can also see whatever trim this is. I'll cover that later. I'll discover that later. It is a 2023 Gladiator soft top. You can see that the seat adjustment is all manual. There's forward, back. There's lumbar support. There is up and down as well. And then I would assume that you can recline the seat. Looks like, yeah, it's a little strap. So it's a little plastic loop, I guess we want to call it. The gears, I feel like it slips really easily. Like when you're changing between R, reverse, neutral, and drive, it goes real easy. So something very minor. And you can see with the reverse camera, this is a tiny screen, very small. It is located all the way in the back, and they have two lights there, I guess, to maybe light up the back of the license plate, and it does introduce a little bit of a glare. So the backup camera is okay. It's got those lines,
head west,
so you can kind of target. You can kind of see where your car is going to point towards.
Head north toward Otis Avenue. Turn left onto Otis Avenue.
Does have engine auto stop and start, so when you stop, the engine will cut off.
Turn left onto North
You might have just heard that. The doors auto lock as well. Pretty standard. But yeah, the screen is tiny. They've got to figure out a way to put in a bigger screen.
Turn right onto East 56th
I can move my seat forward a little bit more. Starting to hit the tail end of the day, so hopefully the lighting is okay.
Turn right onto East 56th Street.
It is a soft top, so it does seem a little bit loud, especially once you get on the highway at even mediocre speeds.
For 1.5 miles.
another thing that I noticed the first day when it was raining is that this window is very vertical, so the water doesn't run off as easily as a more slanted window. So you really had to rely on the wipers. You couldn't just rely on even minor rain. Sometimes when you're driving, it can just beat off and you might not have to use wipers, but in this case, you definitely got to use the wipers. So if you guys look at the wipers, small wipers, but it does the trick. Small wipers, small windshield. You are sitting pretty high off the ground, so visibility is solid. From a parking perspective, I've definitely had issues parking it as tightly to the curb as I usually like, just because I'm not used to the size of the car. It's a little bigger than what I usually drive. And it doesn't have any sensors that tell you, ultrasonic sensors that tell you how close you are to objects or your surroundings. Don't know if you can see it, but if you can see through the rear view mirror, actually you can see behind. Since when 360, it does look like there's a slight orange, peel, brown, pinkish tint on the back window. So that's because the back window is actually plastic, because you can fold this entire roof down or off or whatever. With Jeeps, you can take all the doors off. But of course, as a business traveler, you're probably not going to do that. It's a lot of effort, and then you've got to put the doors somewhere. There is not a hard top or hard cover for the trunk, so you wouldn't want to leave your doors in there. It could be easily stolen. And that kind of brings me to the next point, where if you can see it, I've got my roller bag right there behind me. I've got my backpack right here up front, because there is no trunk space. Your storage space is all going to be limited to whatever's in the cabin. So from a security perspective, it's a little bit less secure, just because people can glance in and see what you've got in your cabin. The back windows are relatively tinted, so it helps a little bit there. This trim does have the heated steering wheel and seats, which is nice. Three levels of heating for the seats, and it's the full back and bottom. There's no separation. It does have auto climate control. So some big grab handles here. If you're going off-road, you can hang on for dear life. They are the same back grab handles for the passengers. I would say that just glancing back, because it's so big, it does block your blind spot a little bit, but also because it's so big, this gap, you can kind of glance and see if anything is in that spot. We don't need to use it today since it's not sunny right now, but the sun visors, as you can tell, plastic, very plastic. But they do extend, so good coverage, and they're pretty big as well. Alright, let's see if it looks like we're allowed to pull a U here, so I'm doing it. So this sun visor is huge and very plasticky, but I think they make Jeeps so that you can take a hose and just rinse everything off. And again, that's not something a business traveler would do, so it's not going to add any points to the score. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, you can hear whistling going 50 miles an hour. Not particularly fast. Armrest is good. It is soft touch material, but plenty big enough and hits my elbow really nice. I do tend to sit a little bit farther back when I drive. So you've got your regular USB, and then a USB Type-C and an aux jack as well for Apple CarPlay and aux audio. 12 volt DC. A little storage space here, not much, but this pattern, if you can see it, it's actually grippy. It's grippy rubber, so if you want to throw some coins, some cards in there, they shouldn't slide around too much, but not a big storage spot. Underneath it is a bigger compartment, so you can toss some stuff in there, but you can see that there's a USB cable, but there's no lighting, so at nighttime, a little bit hard to see in there. Not a lot of storage space for your phone. I don't know where they want you to really place this. So for example, typically I've just been sticking it in this little slot, but you can see that the phone sticks out. There aren't any other spots for it. I do like these knobs though. They turn real nice. Got a little bit of clicky. Very tactile. It's a little rubber piece on the outside, so very easy to manipulate, change the audio, etc. So we're gonna pop in here through the Starbucks drive-thru. It's been a long day. Drive through to the right. Okay, good. We saw this. Alright, this is the drive-thru for pizza pickup. We're gonna keep going. The Starbucks pickup. Window controls are all in the middle. You got auto down.
Hi, what can I get started for you?
Hi, just a mobile pickup with Chris.
Alright, we'll have to get the window.
Thank you. So you've got auto down for the front two at least. Just the front two. However, the windows don't auto roll up all the way. You gotta keep holding it, which is weird. Kind of dumb. I don't like it.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you want a straw?
No, thank you.
Alright, you have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you.
Alright, so let's hold that down and continue our trip. Clicker sounds okay. Not my favorite. Not my least favorite. Bunch of storage up here for random crap. Not super deep. You can kind of see like the key. You can fit the key there. That's where I've been tossing it. That's about it. I don't know. Throw some maps. If I had to pick again, I probably would not select this as a rental vehicle for business activities. If you've got just one person traveling, you yourself, it's fine. It's got enough space for you to put your bags in the cabin. But if you've got multiple people, let's say you could get by with 2, but at 3, you're gonna have nowhere to put your bags. Unless you want to throw it in the open cargo bed, but that's just not ideal. Yeah, once we get to the destination I park, hopefully there's enough light, I'll show you guys around the car quickly as well and give you an idea of what the cargo bed situation looks like. It's smaller than I thought it would be, and definitely more shallow. So even if I wasn't traveling for work and I was traveling for vacation, I'd probably take like a regular Jeep Wrangler, because you can store stuff securely in the trunk and it'll be a little bit safer. I tell you, I do love me a heated steering wheel. That is a nice touch. And you know, it's pretty warm today. It's 63 degrees outside right now, but a heated steering wheel is still nice. Pistachio cream cold brew, that's what it is. Pretty solid. I think pistachio is also a seasonal thing like pumpkin. I've been enjoying it. The hot ones, the cold ones, not bad. Give it a try. Starbucks pistachio cream cold brew. Wow, pretty far away. That's alright. Well, that's our ride. I appreciate you keeping me company. If you've got any questions, let me know. And actually, let me show you quickly what the trunk situation looks like, and the outside of the car as well. We've got the keys. Let's take a look. Bit of a step down. So if you're shorter, it might not be so easy getting in and out. This is what the car looks like. It's a handsome vehicle. You look rugged. It's blacked out. The Jeep is blacked out. There's no chrome. Except for that key. The keyhole. And back of the trunk. Let's pop the trunk. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So let's jump in it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, so you can kind of see the bed. It's really pretty shallow. Not super deep. Not a huge bed. Alright, again. Thanks for coming with me on this ride. See you next time.